What's good, producers? It's Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com here with another Producer Motivation 911. Producers, no man is your meal ticket. No man is your way out of your current situation. The motivation I want to give you today is to continue to pursue your particular goals. In this game, we see many producers looking to get that all-elusive placement. Many producers pursue the biggest names they can find, even the biggest names locally or the biggest names out there. And I understand it. It makes sense. I've done that myself. I've looked out there and I've hoped to get opportunities from somebody that's in a better light. And it can produce a lot of great results. It can produce a lot of great exposure for yourself. But the thing that I want to reinforce today is that the same place that any man that you're looking at is on a higher level or a higher pedestal, the same place they had to start, or the same two hands that they had to go put their work together, the same feet that they had to go out there and walk and grind and try to figure out opportunities, the same fans that they had to cultivate one person by one person, the same opportunities that they had to basically open up for themselves are the same opportunities you can open up for yourself. Now, I'm not speaking against teamwork. If you're part of a squad or you're part of a crew, definitely do what you can do to make sure that whole crew gets to where they get. Now, if there's one artist that's the focal point of the group, you put all of your energy into him and you make sure that it's a team effort. But you want to make sure that the actual team is centered in actual teamwork. You want to make sure that you are an asset to whatever team that you're contributing to. You want to make sure, even if it is one artist that's the focal point, you want to make sure that you are giving everything that you can to be an asset, to the point where if they took you away from that group, they would ask, yo, where is he at? He needs to be in here. We really need him in here. That's how you become an asset. You offer things that are more than maybe just your production. You offer things like graphic design, or you offer video editing services, or you offer something that basically ensures that you'll have a space in the room. But for those of you who are not in a teamwork situation, you're just looking to get your work out there, you do not want to put all your eggs in one basket. One man is not your meal ticket. You have to understand, this game is full of valleys and peaks. This game is full of people who come up one day and they're the biggest thing happening, and then not even 4 or 5 months later, they're gone. What happens when you're part of that trend? You're gone with that trend. Your business is more important than one person. No matter what level of business that is, it's your business, it's your dream. That being said, you do not want to put all your eggs in that one basket. And even if it's not a downfall, even if it's him coming up, maybe that person blows up. You made your contribution, but you're not guaranteed a spot up there with him. So that being said, you want to make sure that you're always developing your own business. You want to make sure that you keep in touch with them. You be open to the opportunities, but don't go harassing that man. Don't go hitting his phone every other minute thinking that he's supposed to just stop his whole empire because you have a need, or because you have a desire, because you're trying to get on, because you're trying to get in, you're trying to do whatever you can. That's not the way that you conduct business, and that's not the way you're going to be an asset to him. I understand what it feels like to reach out to people that you look up to and to have them basically just play you. Folks that don't even want to hear your craft or hear anything that you got to say. You can't obsess over it. Do not let that become an obsession. Don't become the guy that follows somebody, then unfollows them, and then follows them again, hoping that you get a follow back, or hoping that it draws enough attention that he'll check your workout. Don't be the guy that's constantly tweeting somebody, yo, check my beats out, check my beats out, check my beats out. It won't even matter how dope you are. He'll never check it out just because of the way that you're going about it. Your tactic is coming off as obsessive. You're coming off as somebody that, if I can't even trust how he is on the internet, how can I trust him in the studio with me? How do I know that this is not going to be a guy that's going to try to hurt me if I don't listen to what he's talking about or listen to what his suggestions are? You're making yourself look really unstable, and that may not be the situation. You may just be hungry. It's hard to understand hunger over the internet. So be patient, constantly work, don't constantly harass, don't obsess. The way that you stop yourself from obsessing, keep it moving. Keep putting yourself into different projects. Invest yourself into different things. The funny thing about when you start to put hard work into motion and you start to actually create opportunities for you, a lot of those opportunities that you used to look up to, they start finding their way back to you, because now you're talking their language. Now you're talking the language of moving. Now you're talking the language of success. And other people who are successful speak that language fluently. so they can see what you're doing. Hey man, let me see what you got going on, man. Once you fall through to the studio, all these things start to happen once you decide that you're gonna have forward motion, regardless of who gets back to you or doesn't. I have a particular rule about following up with artists, and my particular rule may not apply to everybody, but my particular rule is I'm gonna follow up with you twice. If by the second time I follow up with you and I can't get a response or anything else, I'm not a priority to you. Therefore, I'm not of value to you in this situation. If I'm not of value to you, keep it moving. I got other work to be done. My work is just as important as your work. Your work is just as important as a person you're looking up to. Matter of fact, I'm willing to argue that your work is more important than theirs if you're just starting, because you have so much more ground to cover. That being said, don't worry about not hearing back from them. You got a job to do. You got work to put in. Go put your work in. The last point I want to make is that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all have the same 7 days in a week. We all have the same amount of days in a month. You have ample opportunity to get up and get on your way and get every one of your dreams that you want to get accomplished. Maybe it's not going to be the route of going to a mainstream artist. Maybe it's going to be the route of going through an independent artist and seeing them make their rise up within the game. Maybe it is investing into a local artist and really sitting there and helping him to build up. You become such an asset to him that you will forever be a part of the puzzle. Don't look at another man as your come up. Don't look at him as your meal ticket. Don't put all that focus on one man. You are a man yourself or a woman yourself. You can do everything that that person can do. So just go out there and do it. This has been another Producer Motivation 911, Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
What's good, everybody? I wanted to take a little second to give you a heads up about a contest brought to you by CurtisKingBeats.com and our sponsor, Grindhouse.com. Basically, you'll get an opportunity to win $250. You will have an opportunity to be featured on one of my EPs. You will receive a 30-minute consultation free of charge, and you will also win additional merchandise brought to you by Grindhouse.com and CurtisKingBeats.com. The winner will be featured on their app as well. So many opportunities to win, artists. Make sure you visit contest.grind-house.com and find out more information. What's good, artists? It's Curtis King, and I basically wanted to take this end portion to bring to your attention a new service that I'm providing. I just launched this week one-on-one artist and producer marketing and consultation. So basically, I'll sit with you one-on-one and answer all of your questions. Any questions that you have for me as an artist or producer, I can basically sit with you and we can formulate a plan together. I want to see you reach all of your goals, and I want to make sure that I offer you as much of my 12-year plus experience as I can to help you down your road. If you have any questions, visit CurtisKing.com, not Curtis King Beats. Visit CurtisKing.com and book a session now. Nobody understands an artist like an artist, and nobody understands a producer like a producer.